But I'm just saying, like,
it can be off-white.
True. I mean, I'm just saying. Well, that's cheese that are yellow.
I actually don't like yellow cheese. I only like mozzarella, which is off-white.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Parmesan?
Off-white.
No, I'm just saying. Do you like Parmesan?
Yeah, with mozzarella.
Okay.
Not as a base. You know, like if I'm making a pizza, I don't like the mixed cheese shit, bro.
No, you should always have a mozzarella base.
You know, you think that, but every time I'm like, Mom, do we have cheese to make a pizza? She'll hit me with that. Yeah, we got some cheese, and I look, and it's that fucking cheddar shit.
So you don't make pizza with that.
You don't make pizza with cheddar.
You really? So you like your cheese Virgil Abloh?
Virgil Abloh.
Virgil Abloh cheese.
This is the facts.
I thought I wasn't going to like it with these Doritos, but it's flame low-key. I thought I wasn't going to like it with these Doritos, but this shit is flame low-key.
Which Doritos are those?
It's a spicy nacho.
The spicy nacho? The one that Chester was...
Firing up. The one that Chance the Rapper...
was firing up Dorito about.
Supported wrongfully.
Dorito ain't got a mascot, so automatically that smoke goes to Chance.
Yeah.
By default.
Chance fucked himself up, bro. Mascot battles, when a human gets involved, it's just not fair because they've got like the meme ability of it on their side, bro.
Exactly.
And it didn't matter how stupid his bars were. The fact that he was a fucking mascot trying to rap bars with an actual rapper, he wins.
That's why you can't go against Wendy's on Twitter.
You can't because they're the OG man. No, Wendy's will smoke anybody, anywhere, at any point in time.
Wendy's and Chick-fil-A Twitter, that's some of the most savage fast food Twitter I've ever seen.
No, fuck Chick-fil-A because at the end of the day, they can't post shit on Sundays. Wendy's wins.
Funny.
I ain't gonna lie, you might have did something with that.
Wendy's wins.
Hey, go Wendy's.
I will say this though. I'm probably not eating at either of those establishments for different reasons. Chick-fil-A because they can be homophobic, and homophobes are usually also slightly racist. And then Wendy's, outside of the fries, I just feel like I could get chicken somewhere else. You know? And I don't like burgers like that. I'm not a burger guy.
You're not a burger guy. I do that.
I'm not a burger guy. I'm not even a burger guy in a way where like I detest burgers, but you'll just probably never see me with one.
I can understand that.
You know?
I can't actually imagine you eating too many sandwich period things.
You know? If I'm eating a sandwich, it's definitely literally only a chicken sandwich. My singular type of sandwich. I don't fuck cold cuts like that.
I was about to say, I don't think you eat, I can't imagine you eating subs or deli meat.
That shit sounds too healthy for me, right? And normal.
No, it's not even that. I literally don't think you like the concept of the sandwich.
The concept of the sandwich.
Okay, and to be fair, I can't say he's wrong. Realistically.
So if you got two chicks that's trying to, you
feel me?
You still don't like the concept of the sandwich,
bro.
Miles is you sit over there. All right, you first.
We're gonna take our time with this one. I don't want to rush.
I've got a plan.
I promise you, neither one of you are gonna make me do what you gotta do within 15 minutes. So I feel like we can spread this out equally. Just be patient.
Miles just look at you and go, "Listen, whatever you thought was going to happen, abandon it."
Also, similarly, I don't understand how a man would be in the middle of a sandwich. A female, yes, but a female can be a kebab.
I see what you did there.
Rotisserie.
Okay, I'm rolling.
But
one's on the stick, one's not.
See what I'm saying? Like a man, the parts just aren't the same. You know what I'm saying?
They're not sandwich worthy.
They're not sandwich worthy.
But it can be.
It can, but
it depends on what you're into.
Which is weird because if it's two black guys and one white girl, then it's an Oreo, which is a sandwich cookie.
It's a sandwich cookie. I'll tell you why. The parts don't fit, right? And hear me out. You've got. Here's how we'll put it. Let me think of this. I got a simulate an analogy. Okay. I've got a finger.
That's how we starting that off?
No. I think we just got the title of the show. I've got a finger. Sexual content involved. No. So you know how you have puzzle pieces, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some pieces are outies we'll call them, and some pieces are innies.
Complementary pieces and shit.
Exactly. For a sandwich to interlock in a sandwich, because sandwiches, while they can fall apart, a good sandwich usually doesn't. A good sandwich, unless it's a sloppy Joe, which is specifically supposed to be a bad sandwich for taste and aesthetic purposes, but generally a good sandwich is pretty interlocked, pretty seamless in its design, right? So with that, you have innies and outies and puzzle pieces, right? You need an innie and an outie to make an interlocking mechanism work, right? When you try to interlock two innies together, you see what I'm saying? It just doesn't work. So you could interlock it, but it's a loose fit. You see what I'm saying? So when I say when a girl can be in the middle, she's got two innies. You know, two little.
She got 3.
We're talking about a sandwich. We're not talking about a double mac.
I'm just saying, I don't want to.
A double mac.
A double decker sandwich? No. We're talking about a sandwich. So she's got 2 innies, and the guys each have 1 outie, right? That's a perfect interlocking mechanism on both ends. There shouldn't be too many problems with loose and escapability, right? But when you got a dude, he's got 1 outie, and he's got technically 1 innie, right? Being his mouth. And the girl's got 2 innies. So you got this weird, like, imagine, all right, guys, I'm using my hands as C's. So imagine you're just trying to, like, lock something together, and they're just 2 C's. You're just, like, hitting the rims of each other's C's. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is getting good. And you're hitting the rims of each other's C's. You're not locking together. Sure, there's pleasure to be found in that, but it's not a lock. Therefore, it's not a true sandwich. It's a sloppy Joe.
But that's also a sandwich.
But it is a sandwich, but it's not a true sandwich. It's a sandwich by definition and in the strictest form of the law. Yes. But is it a sandwich in our hearts and minds, ladies and gentlemen?
Hearts and minds, I understand. But what if?
Okay. I'm hearing you. I'm listening.
And this is going to sound real.
I'm
you know what I mean? But
crazy.
what if?
We're 48 episodes in. We earned y'all mean.
What if the guy likes being pegged?
If the guy likes being pegged, in that situation, the man can be in the middle of a sandwich. But it's a weird sandwich. And I say that because the entry point for him and the exit point for him, the innie and the outie are so close to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So the rest of his body's kind of just like dangling outside.
It was like that swimming motion kind of.
Right. It doesn't. Like, yes, that is a sandwich.
Technically, it's an open
sandwich.
face.
Yeah, that's a.
We'll call it a ghetto sandwich. We'll call it a Doritos and bread sandwich.
It's a biscuit.
It's a biscuit.
Cause you know biscuits
No.
biscuits are messy.
I got
like,
a better one. It's a hot dog. Hear me out. 2 slabs of bread. Contents, be it meat or not, on the inside, it is a sandwich. Now, in our brains, we so strongly want for it not to be a sandwich. Right?
I'm following.
And that's where the analogy is. I'm not going any further with that one. Any further. All right, Dennis, you want to start us off on the docket?
All right. Episode 48, y'all. No Static Podcast. I am your host, the Outcha Clone, a.k.a. NSP Outcha.
It's your boy, Young Fuck Polar Pop. You already know what it is. Jordan McNair. Get him fired. What's up?
It's your boy, Coop. Holla at me. I'm changing the name tonight, y'all. Solid Gold Judo.
It's official.
Solid gold.
Okay.
By the time this podcast ends, it will be that.
By the way, we have an Instagram now. Like, the podcast has an IG now. It's at No Static Podcast. So
You find it there. You can find everyone's individual ats. If you don't remember what we look like, since we're cranking out these audio-only episodes, you can look at our Instagrams. You can see your boy, sexy as face. You know what I'm saying?
Table.
which is Where I'm a Happy Girl, ... etc. etc.
That's my new drop. Anytime somebody hit the table. So everybody that's been talking about how people been hitting the table. That's my drop. So just when you hear that, just know.
How we feeling about Lil Pump's Harvard Dropout? What's the other one? Gunna's Drip Harder 2.
Drip or Drown 2.
Drip or Drown 2.
I think. Can I say something? I think it's weird when people do that. When they make their first album the sequel to something else.
Yeah, because Drip or Drown was an EP. It had like 7 songs.
And then Offset's Father of Four with the worst cover art of the past. What?
Are we saying that's the worst
That
cover art?
That cover art was definitely Coming to America vibes.
Yeah, but unironically, like that was definitely not intentional. Like that was genuine poor quality.
I wouldn't say it was the worst cover ever.
No, I'm saying the worst cover album probably since 2019 has started. Cover art for an album. When was the last time we saw some cover art and we were just like, that's kind of whack? Like, we took time out of our days to talk about the cover art.
And how bad it was?
Yeah.
It has been a while.
You know?
Yeah, that's rare.
And then the sad part, I'm going through like my album covers right now, and I gotta admit, you might be onto something, Young Miles.
Yeah, because the cover to Drip or Drown 2 is Flame, so.
And then, Lil Pump's Harvard Dropout, it was unoffensive. It fit a theme, you know?
Yeah.
It just and me being a person who I can't say I'm master photographer, but me being a person who's edited some stuff amateurly and put together some interesting sets, I can definitely say that was disappointing from people that got paid to do that for him. And there was clearly a budget involved because they were all wearing costumes.
Who? Father 4?
Yeah. All of them, you know? Like, I just feel like it's not hard to make an unoffensive album cover, you know?
I feel you.
And I appreciate them trying to put something different out there. That was garbage.
So, the music.
My opinion is the same.
Yeah, I feel you. I guess I'll start with Harvard Dropout because it's easier that'll be the easiest one because we heard like half the album before it dropped.
Yeah, I think it was like four of the songs were dropped before.
More than that. It felt like.
Yeah, actually.
Because
we
definitely
I'm
heard.
Surprised that what was it? What was that song him and Kanye did?
I love it.
I love it. I was actually surprised I was on his album.
He's smart for doing that.
He is. Kanye's smart for doing that. Also,
Kanye wasn't putting that on Yandi.
well, of course he wasn't putting it on Yandi, but I mean, it was a single, and neither one of them had to claim it. But I think it's smart that Kanye just left that alone. You know?
Yeah.
Let it be a single for him, and then Lil Pump could do whatever it is. I mean,
Yeah, it was a good moment.
he sapped the last little bits of Lil Pump's relevance with that song. I don't think we're gonna hear too much from Lil Pump after this album.
That was going to be my very next thing, bro. I just see the star dimming.
I can agree just simply because before this album even like came to fruition, like we didn't hear from Lil Pump for a long time.
Yeah, he went to jail for a little bit.
For what?
Huh?
For what?
What? Drug charges or gun possession? The usual shit. 16 songs. That is entirely too many. First of all,
It was short though.
yeah, they were like all like what 2 minute, 2:30 songs. Yeah, but like for him to drop 16 songs of basically the same idea, just different hooks.
Vroom vroom.
It just, I mean, for him to be as simple and straightforward as he needs and could be, his beats on this project were not good enough to carry him as they have in the past. I mean, he has features on here, but for this to be a Lil Pump album, it's not nearly as many features as you'd really expect. You know, you got a Kanye feature, Smoke Perp, who's always gonna be on there. Offset, Quavo, which counts as one in my opinion. Lil Uzi one, and then Lil Wayne, YG, and 2 Chainz, which were on 2 songs. So
Yeah.
it was just that I think we're at a point with Lil Pump where the meme of him being a Harvard dropout is already dead. I mean, you're not really hearing about that. Lil Pump dropped out to save the Harvard, or to save the rap.
Say the rap game.
I mean, and I guess it was cute that he spelled Harvard with an E.
For legal, to prevent legal action
Is he
was
supposed to
his
speak
reasoning.
there, though?
He is.
He's supposed to speak at Harvard for why?
That's what's up though. I can agree though. Like I think with a lot of the songs on the Lil Pump project, they all kind of sounded the same.
What I will say though, as a positive, in terms of his technical rapping ability, which is not just, I'm not gonna say he had to improve a bunch, but he did improve. There were flows on there that if you would have said Lil Pump was doing these, I would have been mildly surprised. They're still not great.
Yeah, I did like how he was rapping on with Smoke Perp.
Yeah, like he's. I mean,
I did
to be
think
fair,
that was
these
cool.
are still just like Smoke Perp's flows that he's kind of recycling. But you know, it's cool to see him branching out a little bit. But with all that said, I just don't see a real place for him anymore.
Yeah. Same thing. As much as I did like some of his songs, same thing for Trippie Redd.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I was gonna say,
Just
I think
because of how
Trippie.
unique his lane.
Yeah.
He like his voice is like such a good sound, bro.
And so like the closest thing I could say to Trippie Redd, with the versatility and then like the ability to rap and then the ability to sing in such a distinct way, the closest person I could really think that we had was X, and X is dead. So, and they're gonna keep putting out projects that he never finished on his own, and they're all gonna sound shit, and people are gonna listen to him. But I just don't think there's enough of that lane for Trippie Redd to be forced out right now.
Yeah, and then like the next couple X projects probably gonna be like a good 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
So.
Or mostly just, it could be like, 20, 30 with a bunch of features.
Yeah. Did you hear?
I did not. I stopped listening. I didn't listen to Skins. I didn't listen to Members Only Volume 4. I was very aware of them, but I just got to a point where when those tapes leaked out, me being like, I will be the first person to tell you, like, honestly and fairly, like, I was a huge fan of X. And I ignored, the rumors and all that stuff that was swirling around because I just didn't want to believe it. You always believe what you want to believe. And so after the tapes came out, I really didn't have an excuse to not believe the young lady that was affected by the situation. So I couldn't continue to listen to him in fairness.
I feel you. So how did you feel about Father of Four?
We have to talk about this one.
Yes.
We moving away from the cover though. I mean the music.
The music. I can't say that Offset is the worst Migo. I'll start there. That's a positive. I'll start with positives. I can't say Offset's the worst Migo. In terms of rapping ability. Obviously that's Quavo. I will say he's the least charismatic. But somehow also the most popular right now. Not somehow, it's Cardi. It's Cardi B. Before, as with the title implying that he was supposed to be growing as a person and artist.
That was his 444, quote unquote.
It's a father of four. That's when you take a moment. That's when you have your little your Yay album or your 444 album or your Carter 5 album or whatever. Yeah. Where you're like, that's one of those album titles where you're supposed to be introspective, take a look on who you've been, who you plan to be, whether or not you fulfill it or not. Lil Wayne could very well still be sipping lean, and Kanye West could continue to support Trump and say stupid shit in the media. But the fact that you're looking inwards is what that title suggested, and clearly that shit didn't happen with the execution of this project. I didn't get too far into it, and
I haven't listened to it all the way, so I'm
not gonna speak conclusively. I still believe Takeoff's the best one on there, but Takeoff is, not to say he's the least charismatic, but he seems to care the least about the popularity.
I'll say this about the Offset album. Going with the Offset album, the Quavo album, and the Takeoff album, I would say Offset had the best of the three.
Well, yeah.
Quavo's wasn't good to me.
Oh, thank you.
No.
We finally said it.
Don't say to me. Quavo's wasn't
Good.
Okay, so we can all pretty much agree.
Listen,
he's never been the guy that can carry
the interesting thing about him is that he's all of the personality of their group.
Yeah.
And that's weird to say. Offset is oddly popular as much as silent as he is, but Quavo is the quote-unquote star.
Yeah.
With that being said, I think that is actually might have been, as far as things Quavo has been on, that's the worst project he ever put out.
No, by far.
The joint with him and Travis Scott, I still like that, low key.
Which one was that?
Huncho Jack.
Huncho.
Yeah, I just heard that.
Cactus Huncho.
I just was listening to that shit. I didn't like that song.
I like that joint. I like because, and that's why I said this is what it is about Quavo. He's not a voice that should be on a song by itself. He should. When you hear Quavo get just enough to do a verse and then do a hook, that's when you love him.
The Gunna project. I enjoyed the Gunna project as well. I mean, it's not really much I can say about the Gunna project. It's just like it's a vibe.
Sure.
And that's usually like what. That's usually all I can get from it. It's just good music, man. Like, but they kind of go because we're going off on a tangent.
I will say Gunna made an album, I guess.
It's been a long weekend for the Roberts.
The Roberts.
The Roberts.
Who the Roberts?
Kelly and Kraft.
Ooh. Homeboy went to the massage. They said on the day of the AFC Championship, he was in a massage parlor getting that happy ending.
He was trying to celebrate for real.
He was trying to get celebrated. He was trying to get somebody to celebrate that dick. To celebrate that dick. To suck that dick, nigga. He was. I'll say this. I think prostitution should be legal. And if he wasn't a billionaire, I wouldn't care. But I'm plotting on that man's downfall. Because fuck the Patriots.
So did anybody play Anthem?
Not yet.
I'm going to say this about Anthem. I am really fucking tired of this microtransaction era in gaming that we live in right now. And it's literally mobile gaming's fault. Because before mobile gaming, we didn't do this bullshit. Before, we just had DLCs. You know? Which was fine, I guess. You know? You pay for a little bit of extra work. I mean, I guess. You know? But at least you were paying for the content once and it didn't feel pay to play. You know?
Yeah.
Destiny hits, what, 2012?
Destiny was 2014. Destiny 1 was 2014.
Destiny was 2014. Destiny... No. It wasn't... It didn't even start with Destiny. It started with 2K.
VLC.
2K... VC. 2K started this VC bullshit. 2K started this, hey, bro. You could either put $100 in the game to be at a point where you're decent, or give us like $20. We'll get you up to 80 overall. You can work from there. But you don't just stop there, of course. Because by that point, the prices have already ramped up to a point where you got to pay like 20 games just to upgrade the speed by 1 point type shit.
Yeah.
And the other games were like, yo, EA's making mad cash, bro.
Actually, 2K Sports.
Hot take, y'all ready? If 2K did not have the VC payment system, Fortnite never would have happened. And if it did, it would have been a much smaller game on iOS to start with. it never would have made the console.
I see what you mean.
Meaning, since it never made the console, because there were battle royale games out before, and they had that, you know, aesthetic skin type shit on there, but because they weren't on console, they might have been on PC, and they were definitely on iOS. But since they weren't on console, nobody was ever bitching about it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was ever clamoring to play it with each other. iOS and Google Play games, phone games, we'll say, they just never hit the same. Because literally everyone, like, remember when Clash of Clans was around?
Yeah.
I remember we was playing Clash of Clans, and it's still around, but I remember we were playing like Clash of Clans in class, but like after class, you didn't really play it because it was something that you got to do every once in a while, check it, move on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't, you didn't really play that game. You just,
it was like a simulation.
It was a simulation, but like there had never been a game on a huge scale where you like actively spent hours playing it.
Probably, I'm gonna say WoW was like that.
Which one?
WoW, World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft was like that, but it's such an inaccessible game, and I say that because when I say accessibility, what I really mean is our young black people are able to play it.
Yeah, a lot do.
And a lot do now, but at a place where we were when World of Warcraft first hit, I definitely didn't have a PC able to contain that shit.
Okay.
My mom didn't have that shit. Jordan didn't have that shit.
Right, but that's pretty. Even right, yes, you got to say that's a pretty controlled.
No, that's a pretty common thing, you know. When WoW came out for you, you were still like an adult. So worst case in it,
WoW's been around a really long time.
I genuinely don't know when WoW fucking came out.
All right, let me do my Googles.
You want to hit that Google search? But I'm just saying, WoW was widely played, but we can't say WoW was anywhere near the scale that Fortnite.
I would say
WoW came out in 2004.
Yeah, see, people wasn't playing. People couldn't afford PC games like that. Like, people.
No, but that's the thing. It didn't cost you anything.
It didn't cost you anything, but did the PC necessarily run it cost you something?
In the early years, you got to remember, they improved it steadily with time. So, you got to remember, it comes out in 2004, so it's a 2004 worthy game at the time.
Okay.
It kind of, now, I will say this. There did come a point very soon, like, because it snowballed very fast.
They kept releasing expansions and shit.
Right, and once expansions got into play, like, and that's why I was saying World of Warcraft started that bullshit. Same thing with, I may even go back and say Magic the Gathering might have started. That was the first game I can remember.
But the difference between that was World of Warcraft was
a
DLC based.
Yes.
That's how they made their money. They didn't make money from the, I mean, yeah, they did, but like,
the game itself,
source,
it was the need to continue the game that made money, and that's what 2K capitalized on. I feel you completely on that.
2K just like they set up different barriers. It wasn't a physical barrier; it was a talent barrier. Yeah. You can't fully unlock how fun 2K can be
unless you're good.
Until you're good, you know, like
gear
you
and all this other shit that you want
up in the fucking park shit. But if you're a 63 overall brown shirt nigga, you're not doing shit.
If you a 63 overall, bro. Hey, we gonna start calling people that because bro, you a 63 overall brown shirt nigga, bro.
No, I'm just start calling people brown shirt niggas, bro. Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You a brown shirt ass nigga, dog.
Hey, do y'all play Overwatch?
A little bit. No, I want to play it more.
I do want to play it, but I don't know why.
I own it. I just don't play it that much.
Listen, we got to support the Haitian hero.
Baptiste?
Yes.
They released the background for him, the backstory for him, right?
He's a medic. He's a combat medic.
Nobody gonna play that shit. Oh, he's a combat medic.
Yeah.
Alright, he'll be alright.
We gotta support the Haitian hero. Just like we.
You know what? I like that they made a black person a doctor in a video game.
Yeah, that'd have been fucked up. They called him like Huxtable then.
Hux.
Anything even starting with an H is a bit out of line. You can't call him Cliff.
I'm sure in the meeting they were thinking about that shit. They're like, the internet's really hard to beat right now, but you think we can sneak this one in, man?
And they made a Reaper named Kelly. Would you be? Do we have to stop playing the game?
Yes.
Yes.
It would be about that time.
If it was Reaper Kelly, we would have to stop it for Reaper Kelly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because his name gonna show up in the game as R. Kelly, so
no matter what we do, no matter how hard we try, we will never escape him.
Reaper Kelly, and then his like job position is Piper.
oh my god.
Exactly. Son.
No, we did it again. Fucking R. Kelly. Fuck you.
I told you.
No, it's always you.
I told you, bro.
It was him.
I told you last
always
week.
You.
I want y'all to know, fans, we had this started last week when I texted Young Miles and asked him if it was okay for us to start making
No,
fun
we're
of R.
not
Kelly.
doing this. No.
And Young Miles told me no, and then literally everybody around Young Miles told me yes. So
the irony in that.
Exactly. So now everybody imagine that first night in prison for R. Kelly.
Young Miles told you no, but everybody
Everybody
was telling you yes.
They was telling me yes.
Man, I don't see nothing wrong with this, dog.
You don't see nothing wrong with it.
Ironically, Big Rico, who he gonna be in jail with, isn't gonna see nothing wrong with it either.
Big Rico.
Actually, his real name is Rico, but they call him Big Jail.
In actuality, he's a 6'7" dark-skinned nigga named Dwayne. He went to jail for tax fraud. He didn't really do nothing there, but he was really into guys.
But jail changed him.
Hey, y'all remember that? Hey, y'all remember that part in Money Talks with Faison Love?
Tell me, bro.
It's one of those.
He's still alive? Yeah. Okay. I worry about fat
people. That was funny, but I know you were so sincere when you said that, bro. This motherfucker fat, bro. I'm just worried.
Bro, I really do worry about fat people, bro.
Okay,
it's
what happened to Bruce?
Oh, bro, like I'm saying, bro, when like,
yo, bro, that is a very good.
Didn't Bruce lose weight?
When fat people disappear, like from the news and shit, it's like
never good.
It's a good chance they just died of a heart attack and it didn't make it big news. It just didn't hit Twitter's trending because like an NFL owner died instead. Bruce. ASMR break. Alright, presenting you with the ASMR break. I'm going to do a little bit of head scratching for your afternoon tingles.
Nah, if you get dandruff on my mic. Well, Bruce still looks the same. He's around. He's going on tour this year. That's all I have.
He looked the same, you say?
Yeah. From what I saw, he looks the same.
I guess he living.
Yeah. Did anybody watch the Oscars?
No, I don't want to talk about
Fuck no. But I know my dog Spike won.
No, he didn't.
He did.
Oh, he did. He was upset he didn't win Best Movie.
Yeah.
Cause what?
Black Klansman?
Yeah.
Which was it?
I still haven't seen that.
That was good. I heard it was very good.
I still haven't seen that.
Yes, like some, I think RC movie one instead. Like Green Room, I think it was. No, you guys don't know. Yeah, everybody on Twitter was just like, what the fuck is a Green Room? Or whatever. Yeah, it was a movie that. But that's what I mean.
I didn't watch the
That's
Oscars, so
what
I don't
mean
know.
with award shows. Like, I hate to sound like Drake because fake ass nigga alert. But like,
You think Drake fake ass nigga?
we had this conversation, didn't we?
We're not having this conversation again.
We're not.
We did not have this conversation.
We did.
I feel like we did.
We definitely had. We definitely had that conversation.
I think I went on for a pretty good minute there.
Somebody proved to me we had this conversation.
I was like, Drake seems like that really cool dude that you. Yeah. You even said Drake's that really cool dude in school that like doesn't really fall. It doesn't fuck with the hood niggas, but like you can't really touch him because everybody loves him, and if you beat his ass, you gonna get fucked with next or some shit like that.
Okay. Yeah, never mind. That sounds like me, that high school analogy.
Yeah. But nah. I just like with art in general, bro. It's really hard to just rate it, you know.
And say that one is better than the others.
Especially since people not only have different tastes in art, but like imagine me if I'm a prude and I don't like comedy movies, and just like the funniest fucking movie ever. Like dead ass the funniest shit.
Like the first Hangover.
I won't say that's the funniest shit, but it was stupid hilarious. You know what I'm saying?
Super bad
Shit, super bad.
Super bad to this day, bro. Will never die.
To this day.
Bro. Nigga love it. Why does it say 25? Because everyone's 21. I thought I'd be different.
Okay. You look like a pedophile.
There are people that just don't like comedy movies. But like that movie could have been, for comedy standards and what a comedy movie might attempt to do, have been the best movie that year. Who's to say? I can't even say I don't like them. I don't like drama movies, is what I'll say. I like romance, I like action, and I like comedy, but like just like the dramas and the biopics and all that shit, as much as I will watch them with my family because I love them, that shit
You're not enjoying that shit.
I'm not enjoying that shit.
Like I do like biopics. Like I want to see Bohemian Rhapsody. That shit just look flame, bro.
But I know
no pun intended.
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
And we just called that nigga gay as hell.
No, that nigga Frankie Mercury was gay as
He
hell.
was stupid gay. But I'm just saying, like, in as much as I know in that moment,
And he could just sing his ass off.
He really could, bro. People forget how many. Oh my god, bro. Anyway, sorry. But like, even as good as that movie may be, you know, and I'll feel probably the same way watching that as I felt watching James Brown, enjoying the singing and getting invested in the little stupid dramas that we know are coming. It just doesn't. I leave the movie and I don't feel any different than when I went in. So I never, in my heart of hearts, I never think that a drama movie was the best movie ever or best movie that year.
Yeah.
So that's why award shows are always so weird to me. Also, anybody that rates art has to be slightly broken inside.
Boom. That was a punch.
Ooh.
That was a punch.
What kind of punch?
Hawaiian.
Ooh.
Hey.
Fruit.
What color?
Red.
Classic. Polar Freeze is always also good. And whatever that purple one was dope too.
I like the
Green
blue.
one's solid.
I like the blue one.
Green one was solid.
Videos of him leaving jail with people screaming "Free R. Kelly" and then going to McDonald's where fans played his music outside the fast food joint. This exact thing happened in fucking Blue Dots, man.
I thought we was done talking about R. Kelly, but that is
They
funny.
did fabricate that story, and I want people to understand.
Huh?
I want to understand that when the R. Kelly movie comes out, I'm buying the ticket.
Bro, when the R. Kelly movie comes out, I'm going to the dinner. Because I bet you it'll be a box office smash. It's either going to be a box office smash, or it's going to be the highest selling DVD somehow.
You know they're trying to make more surviving R. Kelly episodes.
How?
What for?
That
Like at this point, okay, before, don't get me wrong, it was bad before, but now it's just torturous.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be in good taste.
Yeah, that's too much tea.
Y'all just let that shit slide too. Nobody even blinked.
Nope. Keeping it.
Can't put it past them.
That you came up with the
Wait. Hey,
stop.
everybody stop. Everybody stop.
Chocolate. She don't get to stop.
Somebody else just entered the room. So you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Oh shit, my bad. What's up, everybody? I missed out on last week. Boy LQ, you know what I'm saying? AKA young nigga out here getting it.
So,
You ready?
Okay.
Florida man arrested for allegedly throwing cookie at girlfriend.
What kind of world we living in? We can't throw a cookie at you.
Wait.
Because that's not the world I want to live in.
What if she was hungry?
What if she ain't got no arms? That's just how he feed her.
Nah, fuck that, bro. Is this me too, or should I be worried about something bigger? Are we in danger?
Fam, let me read the
Are
article.
you recording this?
That's a crummy way to land in jail.
Oh shit.
A Florida man was brought to jail after he allegedly threw a cookie sundae at his girlfriend at their home in Pasco County.
You know what it
Insert
was?
name here faces charges for domestic battery in connection to the pastry incident
It was one of those
in Zephyr
solid
Hills.
cookies.
Authorities were called to their home after Smith's girlfriend claimed he hurled a hard piece of cookie at her forehead. Officers arrived to find the girlfriend had a red mark near her hairline. Name allegedly admitted to officers he threw the cookie without his girlfriend's consent.
What? I'd have never. First of all, okay. Now I take all back. Hey, bro, Florida man, you a bitch for that, bro. I'd have never snitched on myself. Nigga, I don't know who the fuck threw that cookie at that bitch. Well, sir, we have reason to believe you threw the cookie. I don't know the fucking cookie, bro.
Somebody goddamn.
I'd have just looked at me. I'd have been in this. I don't know. Show me that cookie right now, bro. Show me that. Bring that shit in there, bro. And tell her to say that shit to my face.
I bet you a fat ass ate that shit too.
Well, bro, you gotta compliment me, bro.
Miles doesn't hate fat people. I swear to God. But that's definitely the second fat joke I've made this episode.
You're definitely concerned with the well-being.
I'm definitely just concerned.
Yeah, I'm about to say, as you told us before, Miles said he's very he's fat people he's genuinely concerned about.
All right. What else we have?
It isn't anybody else. Just the fat people.
Oh my god. Do we want to talk about the Ja Rule silent disco concert?
Yes.
You know about the Bucks scam?
Yeah.
And the fact that he still can't get the damn tweet right?
Wait,
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
what tweet?
He tweeted out to the Sacramento Kings that they didn't know they was in the face of a legend.
Who was the legend?
So of course, the Sacramento Kings have the same people who tweet for Burger King
I'm convinced it's all just
And
one
Wendy's.
person.
and Wendy's. I am convinced it's the same guy. But yeah, that I it's somewhere on the internet. But I don't know where it's at. But when I say I saw it, I laughed my heart. Oh, it was like something like a fire festival, and I was like, yo,
God damn, bro.
don't tell me they know Andy too.
Oh god.
You think Andy would suck dick to save Ja Rule's career?
Maybe.
Whose dick does Andy's dick gotta suck to save Ja Rule's? Because if it's 50 cents, that's gonna be hilarious.
It's probably
I think
50.
it is 50 cents.
I'm pretty positive it's 50.
That's a plot twist for real.
There's a lot of people look at me and
Triple plot twist. 50 Cent secretly hired all those people to spectate the Milwaukee Bucks basketball game just so they could not talk during his performance.
that's funny as shit.
Like
That's the Floyd Mayweather move. I don't think
rest
they
in
did
peace to
that.
Chris Lighty, but I don't think he can get them to stop beefing.
Yeah, no. Minister Louis Farrakhan couldn't make it happen.
Listen, I'm surprised Minister Louis Farrakhan is an honorable Q.
Okay.
Nobody noticed that they inducted him and made him an honorary member of Omega. Like nobody thought that was weird.
No. I mean, either that, well, I mean, that or until all the Omegas just convert to Islam. If that happens, then
Then it makes all the sense in the world.
yeah.
That's what they had to give up.
When was the last time y'all watched wrestling?
2 weeks ago.
Y'all, Batista's back.
Wait, what?
So, and I kind of been off of wrestling for a minute.
Like Dave Batista?
Yeah,
Batista Ball.
yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
That Batista.
The same.
So it looks as though he's facing Triple H at WrestleMania, which was a classic back in the day.
Yeah.
But basically what happened was that it was Ric Flair's birthday on Monday, and they were celebrating his birthday.
He Batista bombed Ric Flair on his birthday.
So Ric Flair was supposed to come out to the ring or whatever, but he ended up not coming out because he had got attacked by Batista. Then Batista was dragging Ric Flair out of the locker room, and he basically had a Soldier Boy moment.
He called himself Big Draco and told that nigga he flew him out to LA and created his career.
Not in those words, but
Because that's exactly.
he wants to
This
smoke.
nigga dragged Ric Flair out the locker room was like, yo, you talking about the nigga that was hiding his door from the world?
Rick! Rick! Damn, it's my birthday.
Just dragging Ric Flair out, talking about Mean Gene.
Mean Gene's gone, Rick. Haven't you heard?
Rest in peace, Mean Gene.
Rest in peace, Mean Gene.
I don't get any of the references.
Oh,
Man, WrestleMania season is approaching. I'm actually looking forward to getting
one
back
day I
into
will
it.
make a WrestleMania.
Roman Reigns, his leukemia is in remission, which
Okay,
is
that's what I say.
good
I knew he
news.
had to stop wrestling for a while. That he had to relinquish the belt because of the cancer. And my heart goes out to him because.
That shit real.
Okay, I'm lying. My heart doesn't go out to him because I don't know, as talented as he is, I don't know why I just don't like him.
I get that. I understand because I was the same way. That's
Like
kind of why I kind of
you look at
tuned
him-
out of wrestling because it was like
you look at him wrestle and you're like, yo, this guy is talented.
Am
I just don't like him.
he was like what John Cena was at the time.
Right.
No, bro. Because this, honestly, bro, because I think I've said that before, bro. I don't know what it is, bro, but I just do not like John Cena, bro. I don't, bro. He's so fucking corny, bro. He's so goddamn corny, bro. With the fucking denim shorts and shit.
That's because he's not marketed for you.
Oh, bro, he just...
Listen,
He
if
was
it
marketed
wasn't
for
for the
kids.
fact that the intro to his stage music was so lit,
Bro, it was just the intro to it. that...
Nah,
I
the
was just
song
like, oh,
slapped. I can't let y'all do that.
I was
The
just
song
like, damn,
slapped.
bro, this shit come on so hard, bro.
like after
That's the hardest shit
after
since
that
The Rock.
after that first bump hits, I'm done with it.
So you don't even get past the doom doom doom.
Okay, that first four bar, I'm done with it.
The song hard though.
But yeah, like,
It got mad quotable.
all right, my bad. Go back.
You said it got mad quotal?
It got quotables.
Listen, bro. Let me find out John Cena got bars, bro.
He got quotables.
Smack the shit out of this banana.
Listen, because if John Cena got bars, I want to see a rap battle between him and Shia LaBeouf, the great one.
Y'all didn't hear the John Cena album?
What?
Hold on. Because the title got John Cena's album.
It might be on title. It's
about
called
to
You Can't See Me.
The title got John Cena.
I was a
album.
big John Cena
I'm
fan
losing-
back then. I bought that
I'm
album.
losing my mind, bro.
I'm
I
gonna
think
keep
my life would have been better if I didn't hear that sentence.
Yo, he really got out.
Yeah! It's 17 tracks! What the fuck? That was longer than the Lil Pump album.
I'm surprised y'all didn't know that.
Oh my god,
Bro.
Cena had the quotables too. They're cringy now, but back then, well,
nigga, he got a song on that said "Chain Gang is the clique."
I'm upset. I'm about to put my retainer back in. Right?
Bro, listen. He got one of them final rap tracks where the nigga just talk about the struggle call if it all ended tomorrow.
and it sounds exactly like you expected to.
It's called The Struggle?
No, it's called If It All Ended Tomorrow.
Oh, I thought it was called The Struggle. Cause
Bruh, no
someone
offense.
just told me
Why he got several features by a nigga named Bumpy Knuckles?
Fred Fox.
Oh my god.
My life would have been so much better if I didn't hear that sentence.
Bro, the thing, you know what I think is funny, bro? I look for the unedited version, and there's only one track on here that got the little.
Oh, they're all explicit.
They are?
Yeah.
It can't be, bro. Apple Music don't even feel them, bro. Like no, this Apple Music heard this shit was just like, bro, listen, this shit ain't even too rough for my gerbil to hear, bro.
Listen, bro.
All right, I'm about to go ahead and start reading
Hold
quotables.
on. I'm going to listen to the album tomorrow. If it slaps,
All right, listen.
The John Cena listening session.
Listen, bro. Episode 49, we will discuss the John Cena album
In depth.
in depth.
I am here for this conversation.
yo, if it slaps,
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Hold on. Please let me see if we can get our brother on the phone for a second, bro. Please let me see if we can get our brother on the phone real quick, bro.
Please, guys.
Please let me get B on the phone, bro. Because this nigga here, oh,
oh my god, Yo, if it slaps, I want a Gangsta Grills, dog.
It slaps.
Oh my god. If I found out the only reason we didn't respect John Cena as a rapper because of John Cena the wrestler.
Please pick up the phone, B. Please pick up the phone, B.
Oh my god, B, pick up the phone. Oh my god. We're gonna have to do him like that day we did when Rachel was moving out. And just call him back to back.
My nigga.
Oh.
I'm upset.
Bro, listen, you upset, bro. John Cena has a fucking album, bro. And evidently that shit
It's long as fuck.
bro, it's 17 tracks.
Y'all know how big the number 17 is?
Yeah.
You know how many classic albums had 17 tracks on it?
Oh.
TK was 17 when he released the
Oh
race.
my god, please pick up. Oh shit.
Lil Pump was 17 when he got big.
So the Soulja Boy. Oh, maybe that was 16.
Bro, that shit is just hilarious to me, bro. Like, I just can't believe, bro. I can't believe somebody went in the booth and was just like, all right, John, what you got for me? And he was just like, I got 17 tracks of fucking heat. And they was probably looking at him like,
All right, now I kind of want to play the album now.
Is this
I
a
kind of
album?
want. Yes.
wait, what'd you say?
No,
What-
I'm dead. I said I'm going to listen
Wait,
to
what you was just
asking?
asking him?
I asked if it was a rap album.
I call for a listening
Wait,
session.
hold on.
Oh my god, there it is.
Oh, bro.
Oh, yo, B.
Nigga.
Yo, hold on. First, right now, we got you live on our podcast while we recording right now, my nigga. Okay? That's the first thing.
Please, B. This nigga John Cena made a rap album, bro. But B, hold on, bro. This what he. Hold on, my nigga. Hold on. Bro, just listen to me for a second, bro. Bro, it's 17 tracks. Number two, bro. His one feature is a nigga named Bumpy Knuckles. And that nigga got.
Watch it.
Bumpy Knuckles sound like a porno.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. I went on Apple Music to look for the explicit version, bro. Found the explicit version, bro, with the little E next to it, and then I opened the joint, and only one track got the E next to it.
Right, bro. Because like I said, John Cena can't even appropriate the right way.
Bro, he even got one of them, like, he even closed the album with one of them real solemn felt struggle raps joint called If It All Ended Tomorrow.
John Cena, still wear like the off-brand like hats that they sell in like lids, bro.
Oh, yeah, bro, he still wear flex fits.
Just the regular ass like all black fitted, bro. And then you go get words embroidered on some shit.
Oh, bro, listen.
Like black movies from like 3 years ago, like swag.
Oh, bro, listen, that nigga John Cena wear carpenter jean shorts.
First off, bro.
He wear carpenter jean shorts. He do.
Listen, B. One of his tracks is titled for a song which I'm sure is about y'all hating on him and his niggas, and it's called "Chain Gang Is the Shit."
Chain Gang is the shit.
Oh no, bro, it's Chain Gang be the click.
Oh my bad.
Chain Gang be the click.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bro, fuck it, bro. We protested John Cena for
Hold on, bro. But what if at least one person from state property is on it?
Listen, hey, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's crazy.
This nigga got a song with Wiz Khalifa.
What?
Yo,
He got 2 songs with Wiz
He has
Khalifa.
2 songs with Wiz Khalifa.
listen, hey, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna listen to the album tomorrow.
That shit slap,
If I
bro.
find out that shit slap,
We call him back, bro.
Bro, if it's not a Cena album slap, bro, don't take it.
I don't want to know, bro.
Just how you did me with Post Malone, nigga.
nigga, bro.
Post Malone, and that motherfucker really got that. First off, bro, I got pressure because you willing to listen to John Cena, who was number one, a whack ass wrestler.
Exactly.
Now you telling me he gonna be a whack ass rapper? You gonna listen to that shit, bro?
Listen, but I eventually got to the album, bro. I just couldn't take this fucking white guy that looks like a biker from the fucking Terminator movie, who obviously got bars.
No, that was the nigga that got his jacket snatched from Terminator in the first movie, bro.
I was just listening to Yellow Wolf last night.
Still don't understand why you like him,
Bro, Yellow Wolf hard, bro.
And I felt funny.
bro.
Y'all know I fuck with Yellow Wolf.
Bro,
Now y'all niggas is calling me about John Cena's rap album.
No, he doesn't, bro.
This nigga, bro, listen, you ready?
hold on.
And if they hate, let them hate. I'll drop their whole clan. Lay your ass down for the 3 seconds hand.
All right, so we just
B, I'm sorry we called you, bro. I'm gonna just go ahead and apologize now, bro. This was funny at first, and then he read that, and then he gave me half a bar, and you was probably asleep. You was probably reading a book, doing something black excellence related, and I'm so sorry I did this, bro.
Just something productive.
We are so sorry, bro. We are so sorry, bro. Oh my god.
probably.
I'm gonna give y'all niggas a whole mixtape about wrestling, bro.
Oh, bro, listen, bro, listen. Listen. The camel clutch is in the first song.
Bro, my nigga, we already got albums about wrestling, nigga. Ludacris wrestled his own first album, and that was hot.
That was hot.
Oh man.
That's what I'm saying, bro. What you mean? Nigga, Ludacris literally did a video with Anchor Arms from SpongeBob. Nigga, what are you talking about? He already did the shit John Cena finna do. That nigga like 20 years late.
Oh my god. Anyway, I'm gonna call you tomorrow and let you know how the John Cena album is, and if it slaps.
He said, "Don't call me, bro.
Hey. Answer the phone when you see my number.
You see my number, my nigga. Just know that, bro.
Listen, hey, bro, listen. If it slap and I gotta call you, I'm willing to put them hands up when I see you, bro.
Look, check this out. As far as I'm concerned, bro, don't talk to me till 2020 about the John Cena. Get reelected before you talk to me about that.
So basically, if I feel the same way in a year, come back at you.
Also, nigga.
I don't really care how you feel in the year, my nigga.
That
Okay, to
is
be
the
fair.
new segment.
To
John
be fair,
Cena's bars.
Bro, and I can't be mad at that one because Lil Wayne still puts out shit bars. Weezy still puts out shit bars. He did it on the Lil Pump project.
Remind me of which one that was.
It was Be Like Me.
No, I mean remind me of the bar.
Oh man. Okay, please can we go to this topic?
Excuse me for a minute while I lighten the mood. Just clap with me like the lightning do.
Okay.
Y'all heard I stay in hood streets like curbs.
Wait.
And never
Whoa,
forget
whoa,
where I
whoa,
come from.
whoa. He said what now?
No, you didn't, John. No, you didn't, John.
Listen, I'm gonna run it back for the people in the front. Y'all heard I stay in hood streets like curbs and never forget where I come from. Word.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm so happy he's a wrestler.
Bounce to this motherfucker like you was some Rubbermaid.
Wait.
What now?
Wait, that's a hella phrasing. That is.
He said what now? Read that again.
If you got in free or your fucking covers paid, bounce to this motherfucker like you was some Rubbermaid.
Bars.
Y'all want to hear a cocaine bar by John Cena?
No. No, I don't.
I ain't going broke. Fuck you. I'll cop me a brick and take it straight to the block. Forget rap quick.
Oh my God. Here's the sad part, bro. When you found out this nigga was ghostwriting for Drake.
He wrote B-side.
He wrote Peak.
He wrote the chorus on Mob Ties.
He wrote Ratchet Happy Birthday.
He definitely wrote Ratchet Happy Birthday. Some part of John Cena have been waiting to tell black women it's your fucking birthday.
He definitely wrote Reese's Pieces Don't Be Ridiculous.
Oh boy, I thought you was. I'm so angry.
My speech grows to reach holes all over the globe. I got class like a Ric Flair robe.
Okay, that was
Low key,
whack.
that's not actually a bad bar,
It's not, but it was still whack.
but it was still
He had
whack.
3 not bad bars.
No, he did.
He did.
He did.
The B bar wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I think y'all are over exaggerating.
No, the fuck we not.
Are
No,
we?
the fuck we not.
Are
No,
we?
the
Is
fuck
that
we
what
not.
that
I mean,
Yeah, this one's a great bar. Straight from the desk of the Pied Piper. Sorry, bring him back.
Wait.
Run my mouth off like high school rumors. Man and grab microphones like pedophiles groping late bloomers.
whoa,
Okay, John.
whoa, John.
I don't remember that one.
You're on TV, John.
Remember, guys, he was on Nickelodeon.
Oh man. All right, so I'm pretty positive I'm the only one who's bought Anthem in the podcast.
Talk
Yes.
shit about. Oh, I already did talk shit about.
Yeah, we talked about Anthem.
You can run.
I
you can
want
run
it.
the positives.
I want
You
it so
run
I
the
can.
positives.
So I
But
can.
as a
we
person
didn't talk
who's
about Anthem. We
played
talked
the
about-
game, you can probably give more insight on this because
Okay, 'cause I'm like,
Wait, can I ask you one question first?
yeah.
Do you feel like your opinion of the game and whether or not you should have bought it will change within the next 2 weeks?
When what's the game comes out? Is it Division 2? Probably.
You have an Xbox?
No.
Is Division 2 gonna be on PlayStation?
yeah, it's gonna Division 2. It's gonna be on all systems.
Yeah. All right.
Well, not the Switch, but
Oh, so it's not Xbox exclusive this time. Last time it was.
the first one wasn't an exclusive.
The first one was not exclusive.
It wasn't?
No, not Division.
Let's start with the cons for Anthem real quick. EA did a disservice by rushing this game out, and you could tell that they rushed it out.
What's ironic is that this was a 5-year game.
Yeah. Now, originally, just to give some background and some context, originally the game was supposed to come out last year. They weren't prepared for it last year because I do remember hearing about this game about 2.5 years ago, and the concept is great. So if you're a fan of Halo, and if you've seen the World of Warcraft commercials all your life, that's what this game potentially is. The one thing that I do like about it is that this is a game that in the long run might pay off for the simple fact that I can see this being a game that people just come back to when they're done with every other game.
This has a very arcade feeling to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because when you play Anthem, unless you got homies that you're gonna play with all the time, every time you do a mission, you're always playing with new people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, new people to develop your stuff.
It's like Destiny, probably in that respect.
Right. Now, the big up that I have of this game versus Destiny is when you pick different suits, the skill that your player has doesn't diminish. You have to build up the suit. Mm-hmm. So if he's like this badass because you built him up, that's who he is. He's just in a different suit.
Okay.
Versus if you choose another character in Destiny, you have to build that character up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The cons of the game is the ridiculously long load time. I understand that in the next several months they're going to release 3 to 4 patches to deal with that, as well as add more story, more content, more stuff to the game. But I do believe EA rushed this game out, and to be honest, if they were going to rush this game out, they should have released it last year when it was supposed to be released. Yeah. For the simple fact that
they'd have a year worth of like releases.
Right, last year was like a really slow year for games, versus this year it seems like everybody's coming out. So with that being said, once again my biggest thing that I thought about this game is this is going to be a game where even if you get Division 2, even if you get Jump Force, even if you get Mortal Kombat, what's another game coming out? Taken 7, Devil May Cry. Mm-hmm. Once you're done with that, this is one of those games where people will come back to. Kind of like on some Call of Duty shit.
Okay.
And that
I'd
will
say
be
more so like Call of Duty Zombies, specifically. And
that will be what will save the game in the long run, because the concept of the game is actually very great. The gameplay is dope. I like what's going on. I like what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? The free play is fucking awesome. Like in the sense of how one of the biggest things that I enjoyed about God of War last year, where the world, like whoever was in charge of designing the world was a fucking genius. That's how I feel about this game.
I will say, because I did play it minimally at Homeboy's house. What I will say about it, from my eye test of what was going on, you are right. The number one issue was it was rushed, and probably that it was EA that handled it. It was a beautiful concept, like
right,
flying and shooting shit and stabbing shit.
Right,
dog, you can't fuck that up in a cool suit. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like that's fucking dope.
That's why I said y'all rushed it. If y'all said, hey, we want to give y'all 5 years to do this, and you saw that they weren't going to do it in 5 years, say, hey, how much more time you need?
Table.
We can push this back.
Told you, stop hitting the table.
Oh, my bad.
But I did notice, now while the world was beautiful graphically, you know how there are certain games, right, where the world feels open, but there are just places you can't go. But then there are other games where there are places you can't go, and it feels domey. It felt domey, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Which kind of distorts the immersion a little bit, you know what I mean?
Right.
So instead of it feeling like, and even though it isn't technically an open world game, right? It doesn't have to be an open world game to be truly beautiful, but in terms of the environment factor, it felt so enclosed, like especially compared to like the E3 demos and like the commercials.
Right.
You got these like mountain landscapes that you can see over, but from like the couple maps that I played, it all felt kind of tunnely. It felt, and then like if there was a mountain, it was built so ridiculously high, and then the limit of where you could fly was just like here compared to the mountain being 3 times that or something like that.
Versus like Assassin's Creed, there wasn't nowhere you couldn't go.
Right, you know what I mean? Like, just that the dome effect was real in that, and it feels cramped just a little bit.
But that's why I said in the next several months you're going to get a patch.
They're going to be
where
patches.
They open up more.
But that's my thing. Like, and that goes back to like not finishing things on time, and that's similarly my opinion on DLCs as well. Is we're allowing game companies to release unfinished products at full price and with no backlash. So we're allowing game companies to release these pseudo demos, extended demos we'll call them, and then they'll release this huge DLC that's like half the game. Like Destiny did this bullshit where they'll like the story of the DLC was more intuitive and real than the actual game story itself, like with the Taken King shit for the first one. And we're allowing
when they got like the Forsaken.
Yeah,
because Forsaken's really good.
Yeah, but like we're allowing them, we're paying all this money to get up to what could have been the game at release. And so I get from a business standpoint, you want to make as much money from your video game as possible at whatever point in time that you're getting it. But at the same time, from a consumer, we want to get as much game as we can for our money.
Right.
We're not
because
correctly.
every game isn't going to be like Red Dead Redemption, whereas in
You're
the
just
first
not
week,
gonna
they
finish
made
that shit.
$700 million.
You know, it's
Like
yeah.
Or versus by the time God of War was done with the run, they reportedly made over $1 billion because everybody's like, "Yo, you really got to play this game."
You know, like
but that's why I said, looking at the concept of this game, and now that I'm playing it, this game is going to be like one of those World of Warcraft SimCity joints where no matter what, you always come back to it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, I've pre-ordered Devil May Cry, pre-ordered Mortal Kombat. At this point now, I do believe I'll still be playing Anthem, even though I'll have those two games.
It's just like
That's strong, cause I don't know. I think what scared me, and being that you played the game, I can kind of trust your opinion. Like the one thing that got me about Anthem and wanting to play it was just like people was comparing it to like Fallout 76, and I played Fallout 76, and Fallout 76 was just god awful. So
Somebody else, I heard that game was not that great.
It's not. Like, it's just so many stupid things
don't
about.
compare it to another game. Think of concepts from other games, like RPG concept of Halo.
I'll be honest, I got Mass Effect Andromeda vibes from that.
But being able to meet other people randomly, like World of Warcraft, like I was literally in free play, minding my own business, and I ran into somebody who's not in my friends list, but me and this guy is homies, like in real life.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
like you knew him.
Like I legit know this guy.
That's great.
Me and him legit. Like I legit got his number in my phone. And he was like, "Oh shit, you got the game?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Nigga, we had to make each other friends right then and there."
Wow. I will say that's not something that a lot of games can claim to do. You know, like even with 2K, with like the playground feature and the explorability, it's still like 150 people tops on each server. So the odds that you're in the same server as someone that you know, slim to none. Yeah. Also, EA's have the worst servers out of any.
That's probably why the loadout is so ridiculous.
No, I take that back. 2K has the worst servers.
2K does have the worst. That's why I gave up on a lot of like games once they got under 2K, because I used to like wrestling games, and then once 2K got a hold of them, it's like they just got worse.
And it was crazy is because there was a time where we looked at 2K to be the light in the.
It's because what they wound up doing was they wound up replacing EA.
I remember when EA they did not EA but 2K they did a football game actually when he did NFL 2K5.
That was incredible. We played that all the time.
I was like, yo, this is something. Like I think I played that more than I played Madden 05 at the time.
Yes, bro, and that was the one that had Ray Lewis on the front. They had just introduced the hit stick.
Yeah, like.
No, bro, that game was just incredible.
Yeah, like 2K was supposed to be.
What it was 2K had been doing their thing since Dreamcast, because the original NBA 2Ks were on Dreamcast with AI on the front. Mm-hmm. And those were great games. What it was that it was Live's time. EA came out with the most realistic game at the time. Then 2K took it away from them, and now low-key EA is slowly stealing sport games back, because if you ask me personally, I know you don't like this, but Live 2019 was way better than 2K19.
I don't play either, but I can believe it, just because of where 2K is as of the past few years.
And even when 2K started doing the WWE games, like the first 3 were like dope. But then it just started, as far as gameplay, it started falling off.
Yeah, it dragged.
I will make a definitive point to your EA versus 2K basketball debate. What 2K has done extremely well is show to us that they can make phenomenal gameplay through and through, right? Mm-hmm. Gameplay has never been their issue, and they continue to at least attempt at improvement every year with their 2K renditions, right? I mean, this year was the dribble pass, you know what I'm saying? Like, dribbling has never been more fluid and real. When you play with Kyrie, it feels like you're playing with Kyrie instead of like fucking Kimball Walker.
Right.
Sure they play differently and sure they have different abilities, but it feels different, noticeably different. But everything else around it, the presentation of that game looks horrible and bland and corny. I mean, I fuck with the Greek Freak, but this was one of the worst covers they've had. The game modes are uninspiring. They haven't changed my GM or my league at all since they first came out with it, which were awesome when they first came out with it, but it has yet to change even the slightest in any meaningful way. They came out with that like story mode version, but that's bullshit. Don't play it. Then they just keep changing how you get into the league for the my player shit, and nobody gives a fuck.
Right.
You're gonna end up in the NBA, but you're also they don't make you want to even play in the NBA. All you're doing is you're playing the NBA to get badges so you can play on the park. So it's really just, hey, let me create a player and play with other people that have created players, instead of inserting your story. Now, I 100% believe that the story and concept behind my player on EA, the presentation, how they present everything, and the game modes are leagues ahead of what 2K is doing. Mm-hmm. I believe that shit. I just think when the gameplay catches up, I won't have anything left to say. But I don't think the gameplay's there yet. I think they're progressing really fast, because if you look at like when they first came back, and that first game back was, I'm gonna say it's the most kind way possible. It was not very good. Fuck it, no, that was bullshit. That was crap. It looked like a kid had like doodled and photoshopped each and every single animation.
That's funny.
And so every game since then they've improved, but 2K is uninspired. And I don't even want to get started on EA's Madden.
Yeah,
they're ruining Madden for me. Like, I deadass almost didn't buy this game.
that's because FIFA is the new Madden, and every nigga that plays Madden is leaving Madden for FIFA.
But what's crazy, and I've played MLB The Show too. Both MLB The Show and FIFA have so much more inspiration for their game modes. Like, the NFL isn't an interestingly set up league. Yeah, there's some bullshit in there, but like, the way they handle transactions and all that shit is interesting. You know what I mean? It's not like it's so much different from FIFA and MLB that you can't implement some of those similar functions. You know what I mean?
Like that as is, if there was some way to put like the drama of like what goes on behind the scenes in the NFL into the game.
You know what? They'll never do that, but that's just because the NFL doesn't want that shit to happen. That's the same reason they don't have players get injured from concussions in Madden. Fun fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I dragged this out longer than it had to be.
You're right.
I got back on the same rant that I was about to end earlier. Yeah.
Well, what else we got, Cap?
All right, I think that's it.
All right.
All right.
This shit was better than the salt. I promise y'all that I will change my Instagram name today, y'all. I'm going to go do it right now. Hopefully they will let me type Solid Gold G though.
I'm also changing my Insta name too, but we're going to talk about that another time, because I also got something else special planned. But till next time.
Are you going to rebrand your YouTube as well?
Not exactly.
Damn, you can't even tell us. Wow.
Honestly, y'all, and pray for YouTube, because they got some weird shit going on with like the Peppa Pig videos. They putting fucking mobile, trying to get all the kids to like cut themselves and do all that crazy stuff. Like, yeah, it's some wild stuff going on.
What
YouTube
pig?
right now.
Peppa Pig?
So it's this pop-up thing called Momo or whatever.
Hey, yo, watch Pootie when she's on YouTube.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
No, like dead ass.
I mean,
That's not a joke. That's not me.